A new CBS poll released yesterday shows 55% of Americans say they think Congress opening an impeachment inquiry into President Trump is necessary. The poll follows a weekend of tweets by the president where he's calling the entire process illegal. Here to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Tara Pohlmeyer from Progress, Texas. Matt, President Trump tweeted a conservative pastor's comment saying that removing him from office would provoke a Civil War-like fracture in America. How do you believe voters will respond if an impeachment by the House actually comes into play?
Well, I think the worst-case scenario in that regard, in terms of division of the country, would only occur if he were removed from office, and I think the odds of that are extremely low. Keep in mind, while impeachment may be a majority vote in the U.S. House, it's a two-thirds vote in the U.S. Senate, where Republicans have control, so you need 20 Republican senators to join with every Democratic senator. That's just not going to happen. Look, I very much understand President Trump's frustration. He's the first president in American history to be under investigation every single day of his first term, and that's what he's dealing with. And so he's very frustrated. He doesn't feel like there was anything wrong with this call. All of the predictions and claims made about the interaction with the Ukrainian president have proven not to be the case. The president did not even mention the defense aid, which he was reported to have traded for this investigation into the Biden family. And on the call transcript, he doesn't even mention the defense aid. There's no quid pro quo whatsoever. And Rudy Giuliani was brought up by the Ukrainian president, not by President Trump. So this is, I think, an attempt by the Democrats to overturn the results of the 2016 election, just like the Russian collusion delusion hoax was as well. And so I think for a lot of Trump supporters out there, tens of millions of them, they look at this and they see this as another attempt, the Democrats, to take Trump out. And there's deep frustration both for Trump and his supporters on that issue.
Tara, kind of a similar question, talking about impeachment splintering the country even more. And do you think that would be the case?
I don't think so. I think the stat that you quoted at the beginning of this, that 55% of Americans support the impeachment inquiry, I think Americans in general support getting to the bottom of this and making sure that we uphold a standard of justice of our highest elected official in the country. I think what I would like to see personally is Republicans join those Democrats who are really calling for justice, calling for the truth to come out, calling for this inquiry process to play out. And I think we need senators like John Cornyn and Ted Cruz here in Texas to not only just be a lapdog and blindly follow Trump, but to actually take a stand for Texans and to support the impeachment inquiry and make sure that this process goes through. And I think Americans will support this.
Matt, President Trump tweeted that he should be able to meet with this whistleblower or his accuser. Do you think the president deserves to meet that whistleblower, or could that be considered intimidation?
Yeah, I don't think whistleblowers should be intimidated. On the other hand, I don't think that people should be able to make accusations like this and not have their own biases and procedures questioned. Look, the particular form that he used for the whistleblower complaint up until August of this year, just a couple months ago, required that you had first-hand evidence. And he admitted in the whistleblower complaint he had second-hand evidence, which is effectively hearsay. So why was that form changed? Who changed it? I think we need to know that. If you look at Speaker Pelosi, she resisted impeachment for the first 8.5 months of this year, 9 months of this year. Then out of nowhere, the day before the transcript was released, she announced that she's going to support the impeachment inquiry. So she didn't even have the facts at that point. She had no details whatsoever. She didn't have the whistleblower complaint. She didn't have the transcript of the call. She didn't have the testimony of the National Intelligence Director. So, look, that's proof right there that they are looking for any possible explanation, any possible opportunity to remove Trump from office. As I said on Twitter over the weekend, I believe this is about trying to prevent Trump from winning re-election. They're deadly concerned that he is in a position to win re-election. That's why they're trying to impeach him. This is effectively a recall election.
Tara, real quickly, do you think, in talking about tweets, the president tweeted that Congressman Schiff should be the one who's in trouble and go so far as to suggest treason? What do you make of that?
I think it sounds like the president is just trying to distract from his own impeachment inquiry. I would like to push back on Matt a little bit. This did not come out of nowhere. The president asked Ukraine for foreign aid before the 2020 election. He got caught, and now we need to get to the bottom of this. And so we support Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling for this impeachment inquiry. And I think when we look toward 2020, every single poll that we've seen, or most of the polls that we've seen come out, show Trump Trump is not going to win Texas. So we have a lot to look forward to in 2020, and we'll get through this impeachment inquiry.
Okay, we got to wrap it. Tara, Matt, thank you both very much.